Out here this morning at 9 a.m. 29, baby. It's cold. It's gonna get colder. Not happy about it. Hey, buddy. Good morning. And I didn't have to call anybody over here either. They're getting adjusted to this new feeding time. I got ice in the water bowls I need to clear. Yeah, I normally don't have to worry about it being iced up overnight, but for the next few days I will. You're not feeling too grinchy this morning, are you?
No, not me. There's no Christmas music, so I'm not grinchy this morning.
Don doesn't really dislike Christmas music.
That's one of my favorite, the few things I really like about Christmas is I do like the music.
So our belt line here doesn't have lights like you would expect in a major city, except in a few select spots, but we're getting lights in a few select spots.
Well, they're doing a major widening of the road between Wade Avenue, which is where we go to WRL, the Arboretum, that area, the fair, that Wade Avenue to Cary.
Right.
So this is a piece of a belt line that we use a lot.
Yeah. It's over near Triangle Town Center and Cary Crossroads, and my favorite exchanges in the entire...
Right. Yeah, if you get on at Crabtree Mall and start heading home, you go through that section.
Right. We've seen the construction this year. We've showed it on film.
Right. Well, they're getting those really tall lights, and they're going to put the little short lights along the actual roadway all the way to Cary. It'll be the first section that's lit up in the Beltway.
440.
Well, it goes before that. It was the belt line. Raleigh's had a belt line for since the 60s, when the original design was, and when they originally designed it, nobody thought about putting lights on any of the intersections. So all of the big ones, Glenwood, Capitol, Six Forks, all of them, none of them have lights. Any lighting. The only one that has lighting is Pool Road, because that was kind of had to do when I-40 came in and hooked up to the belt line, that they kind of had to redo that intersection, and so they put lights in there. So anyway, it is one of those things that's strange. It's dark when you drive around the belt line in Raleigh.
Yeah, Burlington, I-40 Burlington, when they widened the road there in the early 90s, and I was driving that stretch of road between Raleigh and Charlotte a lot, they put in lights there. I mean, there's a lot of places in the state that are lit up nice, but not here.
Well, the federal transportation people say that for rural off intersections, off ramps, there's a 28% reduction in accidents and a 38% reduction in crashes.
Anyway, it's safer. They say it's safer.
But they did talk about rural intersections. They didn't talk about urban.
Right. Well, you and I have certainly been on a few of those late at night where it's like, God, where do we turn and how can you see? And you're just relying on a reflective sign and the little white paint or the paint strip on the road, or it's not so good.
I think it also might address the lack of these lights. Also might address why we've been having a rash of wrong way driver accidents, fatalities. I mean, there's like 5 of them in the last month or 6 weeks. And it's because these people get on these roads around Raleigh, these divided highways, and because of these quirky little, there's no lights, and the little dividers, you go this side, you go one direction. If you 3 feet further over here,
we've all done it.
You go the other direction.
Yeah.
Because I admit that there've been all alcohol involved, but I'm just saying is that anything we could do to stop that problem would be a very good thing.
It's the victims of the people. I mean, and I just mentioned that I understand that light pollution and being able to look into space and all of this thing is also a very serious issue, and I don't take that lightly. But when I'm out there driving at night, if I need to be out there, I need to be able to see. So hopefully they're installing the ones that are as friendly as possible to not shine light up into the sky.
Yeah,
while still having lights that people need to see to be safer.
Right.
But I am empathetic to the desire to see into space. Although now that we have these near Earth capabilities to see far into space, these things we've launched that allow astronomers to look really far, it hurts the amateur or, you know, intermediate expert down on the ground. But we've got ways to see up in the air now, so at least that's some help.
Yeah, well, I've been out west, and when I was a kid, I remember looking up and seeing the stars and just being blown away. But now, you know, I don't know the last time I've seen, I mean, you could see a star or two, but I remember the night sky, and that is something now you have to actually work hard to find.
Right. Well, growing up in New Jersey, when we went out to the Grand Canyon in '79, I literally sat in the front. My mom sat in the back at night when Dad was driving, and I had my face plastered to the window looking up because, first off, it's so flat.
Right.
Much flatter and less trees than New Jersey or North Carolina. You could see
more of the sky.
And then there was no lights either, so you could really, really see. So I also have that concept of what it's like to stand in a dark spot on the Earth and actually see the sky, which is something this generation is losing. Admittedly, yeah.
The kids growing up now, there's the chances of them, because, you know, if nothing else, when we were kids, we would drive across country in the car at night, and we'd stop and be able to notice, but kids just looking at their phones now.
Well, that's a concern too, but yeah. Okay, Mr. Fussy Pants.
Well, remember now. Proud wearer.
Nighttime. Are you playing with Gray through the window? Huh? Hi, girls. Little known fact is that one of the reasons why Nighttime ended up in the house is that Gray and Slate, rest in peace, they did not like Nighttime, and they were chasing her and trying to hurt her, and I don't know why they didn't like her, but they really didn't like her, and that's one of the reasons why Nighttime ended up in the house. That, and she really liked it in here. She was happy about the change in accommodations. That squeaky sounding bird is a tufted titmouse, I believe. We have many of them here, and I'm trying to lay my eyes on him in that tree, and I have not yet. Well, I am seeing some red hollyberries. Yeah, I see him now. Definitely a tufted titmouse. Making all that screeching. But I'm seeing berries now that I had not seen before. That's actually really good because we'll have this influx of robins here soon. Going into January. And sometimes there are cedar waxwings in with the robins, and I get super excited. So, the berries popping out. Maybe when I assessed a couple of weeks ago that we didn't have a bumper berry crop this year, I was just looking a little too early, because there's definitely berries now. Hey guys, good morning. I was on my way to see Dusty, but I got a few minutes to stop and see you guys in your preferred petting spot. Hey Mart. Hey. Tux is feeling spunky in the cool air, aren't you, bud? Yeah, that's for Dusty, but I have to wait to open it until I get to pet on him, or he won't let me pet on him. He just wants to eat. Where are you going? Chasing birdies and leaves. You ready for breakfast? Huh? You gonna show him how you put your leg all the way through the gate? Hey. He tries to start eating before I can get it out of the can, and I don't want to get cut or him get cut on the can or anything. And then I clean up his box and all his other stuff while he's eating. So I wait to do that last because I go down. Oh, that's a good boy. As I go downstairs and, you know, wash up, I want to do that on the way out, not first thing. Plus, while he's distracted is better. And he's been a really good boy about the box. Are you enjoying the sunshine? Does that feel good? Hi, sweetheart. They know they're supposed to get sunshine, and they like the heat, and they find the sun. Well, there's enough room for you to get some sun too. Hey.
Hey?
I got something I want to show you. It's for me, but I'm going to throw it out there and sort of say it's for us, and then you can all have a good laugh.
Okay.
Okay. You can look now.
Oh, it's a water mill.
Well, we'll just pretend that's our Yates mill.
Yeah, sure, why not?
It's one of my left-in pieces. Yeah, turn it around so they can see it too. Obviously, it looks a little different than Yates, but it's still a grist mill. And I thought in our home, with our passion for the mill and our
very pretty,
all the good memories at Yates Mill that we have and discussions we've had about Yates Mill and stuff, that belonged in our.
Oh, the light holes in the back.
Yeah, that belonged in our home.
Yeah, I got to order the LEDs, so thanks for reminding me. The C7 LED.
I've used. There are now good C7 LEDs, and
right.
Everything except for the salt lamp has been converted. Or if I've run out, I'm gonna just put a real one in there for now. But that'll motivate him to order it quick. That whole 7 watts, right, baby? Here you go, get that ordered. That LED.
Yeah, we run all the lights, the LED lights from what.
Right, he bought me a box of 12, I think, either 12 or 24, and anyway, they're all in light strings. Not that they're all running at one time, but for ease of convenience for me, I told him I needed another box because I ain't unscrewing and screwing them. And yeah, I need more, Donnie. More's better. More power, more LEDs. More LEDs, Donnie.
Well, you have to use a real one though for
the salt lamp. Yeah, anything that really, or like a lava lamp, you can't really convert them. They work off of heat. Yeah. So Elon's poll last night, I voted. I don't remember how it was phrased now. No, I didn't want him to step down as CEO. How did you vote?
I voted no.
Yeah, because we figured we were already all in and suffered the pain of the stock loss. And
I don't expect
he's already taken all of the verbal abuse of people giving him grief about buying it and stuff. So why back off now? We've already gone through all this pain. I think that's where we were thinking. We were in agreement on this.
Look, if you think this Twitter thing's going to cause him to spend way more time with Tesla, I think you're mistaken.
Or less time or whatever, yeah.
Elon's doesn't work the way that we work. He's a SWAT team guy. He's going to SWAT wherever. If Tesla needed him, he'd jump back over to Tesla. If SpaceX needs him, he's not. He manages, my understanding, his schedules his calendar 5 minutes increments.
Yeah, somebody spends all day managing his calendar in 5 minutes. Yeah, it's probably not that bad most days.
Well, what I'm trying to say is he probably tries. I didn't say he kept up to it, but he probably does schedule 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was good to see him enjoying the World Cup. I would not have pegged him to be at any sports game.
Yeah.
And I guess people that aren't Americans are a little more interested in the World Cup than some of us Americans are.
South African roots. So.
Right, yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. I would expect him to be more worldly and maybe like soccer. But, yeah, so it'll be interesting. But my point, the reason why I came over here with the camera was, in title, he may or may not be CEO. It has nothing to do with whether or not he's still not running the company. He can put some really capable person in to do a lot of the work, or he can put a figurehead in to pretend like they're doing the work or whatever. And if he wants to be involved in telling people what to do with it, since he owns it, he still will.
That's correct.
So CEO, what is he? The chief technology, what is he? There's some funny name he gives himself for Tesla now to get around the SEC or whatever things. So I don't know. If those of you that don't want him involved, I wouldn't go jumping for joy that he won't be CEO of Twitter anymore, because he's going to be as involved with it as he wants to be, and the title doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
well, anyway, as I said, the stock probably on Monday will go up a little bit, but if you think all of a sudden it's going to go back up to the $300 a share, it's going to go back up to way higher than 300 down the road, but this is not going to be the impetus that all of a sudden it shoots back up and you're all smiles by the end of the year. It won't happen.
Yeah, the other day in the morning, I recorded 2 5-ish minute long segments where I spouted off about Twitter and the stock price and stuff, and I censored myself and removed them from the video because I don't ever want to offend anybody. Little Miss Harmonizer. Yeah, we're going for a walk. Don't be thinking you're getting another map there, Bama boy.
Nap time.
It's not. And I don't ever want to be offensive or get too political or whatever. But, I just figure we're long. And the stock price is a little painful now, but we're not intending to sell now anyway. And we still have total belief it'll come back up. So,
yeah, well, the thing to worry about is what Elon said is, you know, the interest rate hikes that you're, in other words,
yeah, people won't be able to afford cars.
You know, it's funny. People, they get distracted by the cute little things that light up and flash and blink, but the really important stuff like the interest rate, he tries to tell you what's important, but no, we don't want to listen to Elon. We want the light up. We want to feel good.
Right. I think as he has tried to indicate, all of 2023 might actually be a rough year. I mean, if you're thinking the stock is going to be at 300 by March, I think you're going to be a little disappointed.
I think you should just go on and write off. I mean,
well, we want to be wrong.
23, it may not break 200. I mean, it may not be. I mean, this could be.
We could be sitting here for a while,
long
and it's
time.
nothing to do with Tesla's execution or not, or what Elon says or doesn't say on Twitter.
Well, I'll tell you what you do. Go out to any website that has a loan calculator, and put in a $60,000. Well, let's be nice, $50,000 loan, and put in 2.5%, and then put in 7.5%, and see what it does to the monthly car payment. Okay?
Yeah.
And that'll tell you all you need to know. If it doesn't matter whose car you're buying, that little statement, people generally do not pay cash. Tesla people tend to
well, in the beginning, maybe not so much now.
They use their Tesla stock. They were using
right. Well, now there's my next point. I was waiting for you to finish, but you sort of half inserted it. Is Elon? If you want people to buy the Cybertruck, you're going to have to come up on the stock price a little bit, because some of us were investing in stock thinking that we would use some of the gains to buy the Cybertruck.
I've said that it was my 90-10 against to 90-10 for buy decision on the Cybertruck was based on the fact that Tesla stock was doing so well. But now I've already said, I already had made a point. I'm going to support Elon. I'm always going to be a Tesla fanboy, so I'm biased as all get out. However, I always have said I don't really want to buy the first Cybertruck.
Anyway,
I want to wait a year. I'm going to let other people do the thing and stuff like that. So, you know, we've bought the Model 3 right out of the box. And, you know, literally they started shipping them in volume, and we had it in July and we got it in August. And then the same thing with the Model Y. They started shipping them in April. They shut down in May, and ours was built in July. So look, I'm just going to let other people go through that initial little.
Well, not that we've had a lot of trouble with Jules, but there are
went to Jules to the service center one time
for a rattle.
That
they 90% fixed. It's much less noticeable than it was.
It's not
every
gone.
Once in a while we still hear it.
And then that back window, Rick came by back when we had mobile service, and Rick put the sensor on or something with the sensor.
Well, we had one little tiny piece of plastic that was missing from the door, and he brought us that little insert that you just push in. It wasn't on the door. And then it seems like he did something to the window, and it was so minuscule, and we talked to him that we just
service events on the Tesla.
Well, you would pretty much expect with a pickup of a new Tesla to have at least one service appointment to address something. I think that should be in expectations. Well, you will want something.
Stuff is only covered for 6 months. So that kind of stuff, if you're going to take it, you need to, which is why I did it. But the window thing, you know, that's a standard warranty.
I was just saying the fit and finish on Jules was fine. Don can see where the paint was scraped a little bit to adjust a screw and how one of the doors closed or something. There was a small, some remediation, but, you know, everything is fine. So.
Yeah, well, it was a July 2020 car, and it went through some remediation.
But Don's a little bit momentarily disappointed in the big casting for the Cybertruck because it appears not to show a mid-gate. And Don's all about that mid-gate because we love it on the GMC. And so we're you know, Don has also talked about the buy no buy on the Cybertruck having to do with the mid-gate. It's at least an important consideration. But we're waiting to see. We don't know for sure. That was a leaked photo. We don't, you know, we're just waiting.
Well, it also has to do with the size, okay? I've said it, made no secret of it. I don't like, well, I like driving a smaller vehicle, just putzing around town. And I'm not really into driving, you know, I don't really want to drive.
And me, I'm like sort of close to being a prepper, and I want an apocalyptic vehicle that I can get where.
Because it's smaller.
Right.
I don't want a tiny car, but, you know.
Just once, I want to drive my Cybertruck out there with all those other trucks. Just once. Just from all those times, all of them people have been mean to me. I want to be out there. Anyway.
Well, the other thing I said, just to be clear, the midgate's very important. It's almost a go, no-go switch, but I'm going to make that as something. But the other thing is, honestly, folks, I don't want this tree rock crawling, able to scale any mountain. I don't want all that. I want to take the tires off the GMC. Those are the quietest, smoothest. I want those tires on the Cybertruck. Because my Cybertruck, it might go across. I took
a puddle.
A puddle. Yeah, it's going to be a highway 99.999. You know, the March of Nines is how much highway activity my car is going to get. It's never going to go off-road. I'm never going to be that guy. I mean, if I might go off-road adventure we had in Jules. Do you remember that? It was right. She was brand new.
I remember I wasn't happy with you.
That's right.
You scared me.
We went from the Harbor Freight parking lot till the Aldi's
Yes, and I complained loudly.
It was across a little bit of grass and a little gravel.
And that's as much as...
That was as much off-roading as I planned to do in the Cybertruck.
We won't talk about off-roading in the Teslas.
Although I do remember the GMC had a really good feature that was very useful at the Durham Bulls game. Because it's got 17-inch wheels and big, fat, fluffy tires, I could take the GMC and bump up to the standard curve, and I could roll right over the curve and park in the grassy section right next to the street. Didn't have to park on the street. I could have more choices for parking. So it would be nice at the Cybertruck, because I couldn't do that in the Y. But it'd be nice if the Cybertruck would let me kind of edge up to the curb and go over the curb.
Yeah, not take it at full speed,
without
but just
rim rash and all these other catastrophic things that happen to these little low-profile tires. So I want some nice, big, thick, soft, cushy tires on the Cybertruck.
I promised myself that I was going to open one a day and I wasn't going to miss a day. And let's see, today's what, the 19th? And I haven't opened any of my compartments. So this afternoon, I'm going to open some compartments. I don't know if I'm going to get caught up to the 19th or not, but I'm going to open some compartments. I was looking to see if this had what year it was on it. And I really don't think it does, so picking up some of these in the after Christmas sale to hold on to potentially for next year might not be a bad idea. Even if it had the date on it or the year on it, it wouldn't be. But what I was going to say is the way they price these things that you got to think about it is it's all about the 5 minifigures in there and what minifigures go for, and then they kind of throw in some extra cool bricks. So yeah, anyway, I'm looking forward to opening this one up. I like the train conductor dude. Yeah, and it's got a horse in it this year too, and a chicken. Way cool. We're fixing
ho ho ho. Wow, I'm liking the looks of that.
Oh, trying to embarrass me now. But we're both making an effort to wear our Christmas clothes.
That's right.
The week leading up to Christmas.
That's right.
I go through the trouble to get them.
She's opening a Christmas thing.
Right. I was gonna wait, and then it's upside down.
Yeah, you can't
I was
do
gonna
that.
wait, and then I decided no, I really don't want to wait. Well, that's not how you're supposed to do it. Here, don't do what I did. Okay, do not do what I
It's
did.
an Advent thing.
Well, and I've opened ones up before, and I know
Really?
better. So here is how you open it. You're
That's
not
right.
supposed to open the tape on either end.
Yeah, don't do
You're
that.
supposed to open the tape to pull up the flap. I just pretend you didn't see what was in there.
Yeah.
There we go. And now we have, and the kids get to leave it on the table like this. Like I said, I've totally screwed up now. Not opening it up when I'm supposed to now.
Well, we can save it till next year.
Let me guess, Santa's going to be in number 24. He's probably not going to be early on, the Santa minifigure.
Well, God, it's not numbered right.
Well, it's most advent calendars are not. So the first one is a little airplane looking guy. Yeah, airplane looking guy. That's going to be out of focus. There's no way that camera can handle you moving it around like that.
I'm sorry.
The second guy, oh, minifigure. Yes, it's all about the minifigures. Yay! Here's our, and it tells us the name of him. He is Billy. This is Billy. This is Billy. Let's do a couple more. So where's 3? Because remember, it's the 19th. I can almost open them all. This is the mailbox or the doghouse? This is the mailbox. Mailbox. Those are always good. See, people buy these to add to their winter towns. All the little doodads, decorations for the big building.
So they take them away from their kids.
Well, whoever said the advent calendar was for kids to begin with. This is a piano. That'll definitely be useful in one of my houses. And 5. One more now. A little toy train. And I do have a toy train on the table over there too. Sometimes when the elves are making toys, you know, you want to display. But is there a Grinch in there? Not this year. No Grinchy character. I'm so sorry. No. But I built you a larger than life-size Grinch on the table over there. So we have a Grinch.
He's my favorite. I love that look.
Yeah. The arms. They did the arms perfect.
Perfect. That's
and
right.
His little head kind of. Yeah, he could be very animated.
That's right.
All right, we're going walking.
Yep.
And we're going walking at, where are we going walking at today? Come on, you know where. Come on, you know.
We're going to Fleming Loop Road.
We're going to Yates Mill.
Oh, we're going, what's cold?
So, there's a Tesla Model Y owner parked on the side of the road here on Lake Wheeler picking up trash.
That's right.
Yeah, he was picking up trash, so we pulled over to make sure he was just picking up trash.
Yeah, well, when you see a Tesla on the side of the road, the haters are going to hate. So, you know, us Tesla
Model S.
We need to stick together.
That's right. He was a nice guy.
I think there's a Model X behind us.
And Don also got honked at making a couple of turns on full self-driving this morning.
Full self-driving got honked at. I knew.
No, you got honked at.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was.
Anyway, we had a lengthy discussion about, you know, the pros and the cons and impatient drivers and whose fault it was. And I got a little bit ticked off that somebody honked at us, whether Jules was slow or not. So
I said, what do you expect? This is the Christmas season. Civility and good cheer and peace on earth. Is that what you expect? This is Christmas. You gotta be in a rush. Stressed out.
Very funny. Maybe Don will pull the dash cam clip for me. I think you should pull the dash cam clip for me so we can scrutinize 5 ways from Sunday how slow Jules was or wasn't through. It was right. It was a left turn. It was a right. No, it was a right. A left and a right.
Unprotected left turn.
And then a right.
That was easy to make. She was very slow making it, and the car was behind me. And of course, she halfway stopped making the. I don't know this concept of
Model 3.
Let's pull out, making a turn and stop, or all but stop in the middle of the road. Let's do that and make sure it's clear. It's a little late. And then the second, so that car endured me, Jules, making that slow left turn, because she didn't just jump out there either. She stopped at the stop sign, creeped a little forward. It's perfectly clear a human would have already left. And then she slowly eases out, leaving, and then she's all but stopped. She did not actually stop, but she like eased into the traffic. And the person is like, you know, and I don't blame them. I would have been, you know, it's human nature.
Right. I would have been patient, but I'm not sure Don would have been patient if he was behind Jules
either. And we go, and seriously, 100 feet and make a right turn. Well, what happened was the light was red when Jules got to the traffic light. It was absolutely red. Jules stopped completely, because you have to stop at traffic lights. The light turned green, and Jules was trying to make a right on red, and she had gotten into the right on red mode and didn't realize the light had turned green and she should have went. Anyway, no, my point being is the car then had to endure moment.
Donnie.
Well, that's why he was. I don't know what.
See, Don has a different perspective from me. I'm breathing. I drive 100 miles a day on the out there with those quote unquote. You insert any word you want. You feel comfortable inserting there, and they're all impatient and mean, and I just don't care.
Yeah,
I just don't care anymore. But Don's worried. Oh my God! Somebody thinks I was driving and I went slow through the corners.
His
male ego. See, I don't have that problem as a woman. I really don't.
Well, you're a female driver.
Well, no, I'm just like, and I got as much right to the road as you do, and I'm gonna safely complete my maneuver. And if you don't like it, well, I don't care what you do with yourself back there.
You're used to guys waiting on you. Yeah,
I don't make. Now, wait a minute. Now, that is not fair. You've waited on me less than any other woman you've ever waited on in your entire life.
Well, now that's not saying much, but yeah, you are definitely quicker than him.
Not fair. I wait on him more. Don has very carefully put himself next to the curb to provide optimal space, and I'm going to just go out on a limb and say this is more people than a normal Monday morning, despite the fact that it's not super warm.
Yeah, these people, you can tell how they parked. The Subaru there swung in.
Yeah.
That's good enough. And then this, I love the Jeep person. Just let's just stick it in.
And then the Ford person's got to stay angled, but this Jeep person is perfectly aligned.
Oh, that's actually
that's perfect. The spaces over here are hard. That over there, that wall that they put in is curved, and then they curved like the cement, and it's got a little dip here. I don't think curved lines in parking lots are really great, even though they might be aesthetically pleasing. Curve the wall, don't curve the cement bordering the. Yeah, these spaces are not all straight, and like look at this line here. It's yeah. It's not perpendicular. Well, it's nice and sunny today. We can't complain about that. There's quite a few ducks and other water birds, cormorant out there on the water this morning. It's pretty. I have my big camera around my neck, but I didn't put my longish, my 70-300 on. I've got the shorter lens. Probably wasn't the lens I really wanted to carry out here today. Because if there's hooded mergansers and I can't get close to viewing them, I'm going to be upset. And have to get the big lens, which is in the car for the next trip around, and carry the camera around a second time. Yeah, I think there's a hooded merganser over here. The white head is kind of a giveaway. It's sunny.
Yeah, it is. It's nice out here.
Yep, not bad at all. I knew it would be good wind block on the trail. Well, there must be 100 ducks on the water right now at least. It's a lot more to my left too. A lot of the waterfowl from up north come this far south. This is enough warmer for them, I guess. The waters don't really freeze here in the winter. Although we might get a little ice on the surfaces later in the week for a couple days. I think there's one day we're not rebounding above freezing. And we only have like 4 days like that on average out of the winter. Hopefully they don't all come back to back, because that's when we will get into trouble here really quick with pipes freezing, not properly insulated real quick with these crawl space houses. If we have too many days we don't rebound above freezing. Going to our favorite vantage point here. I didn't think it was very windy today, but looking at the water, it's moving. Got more ripples in it than I thought. It's not a good time for reflections right now.
They don't do enough to make it as good as it could be.
Yeah, it's a nature preserve. You're not allowed to bring your dog here. And things fall and they don't really move them out of the way.
Yeah, but that tree branch laying there, it's got nothing to do with the nature.
Yeah, well, we don't know how long it's been there. I don't think it was there the last time we were here, but I'd like it if they'd move it. If they don't want us on the spillway over there, letting us take a good picture from that side of the fence is kind of important, you know. I think that actually, instead of discouraging people from walking on the wet rocks and cracking their head. And we did see a gentleman fall here, and he probably did get a concussion. So I understand the importance of not walking on the wet rocks, but there's quite a bit of water right now. You can hear the water. You can also see the water. Sorry, the sun's gone in. It was nice and sunny. Practice your balance. It's important as a kid and as a senior. Don's balance is actually quite good, and his knees are much better than mine too. You make me smile.
Thank you, pretty girl.
That's a good
My
thing.
favorite part of the walk.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I enjoy the scenery and all that stuff, but this is, you know, gives you my mind something to do.
Well, we've almost made it all the way around, and the sun has stayed out the whole way. Yay! Look at all those ducks. I don't think they're hooded mergansers. Second time around, the sun is at least out on the wreath. I have a great picture of the mill one year I took with the wreath on it. A lot of mistletoe on that tree, but right behind the mill to the left. I've talked about this before, but it's been a while. The Army Corps of Engineers, in cooperation with NC State and the Yates Mill Associates, they built this channel for the water after Hurricane Fran in 1996, when they decided that they were yet again going to start restorations on the mill. And we have had quite some water again, and it's done exactly what it's supposed to do. Don's getting his sun. It's done exactly what it's supposed to do, and channeled the water away from the mill, protecting the mill. And they have finished raising this now, and they're doing some stuff in it when they have the corn grinding demonstrations, which will be back in March. They don't run the mill in the height of the winter. So it's kind of quiet out here. Well, it's first off, it's a Monday, even though it feels like a Sunday to me. You know, they would normally do those on the weekends, but they're not doing them, and won't start back up until March. It's only about, well, it used to be $5 to go on the tour. I'm not sure that it's increased any. If it has, it hasn't increased much. You can get a top to bottom tour, though, a more extensive engineer's tour, for a little bit more money with the miller, the gentleman that runs the mill and does repairs on it and keeps it going. He does that a few times a year. Obviously my favorite park in Wake County, and you know, if we had company coming through, probably this would be one of the spots we would take them, unless they, you know, had other interests. But we talked about this construction before. It's something to appease the building of the turnpike for some sort of water habitat.
That's the generator, a diesel generator. This great thing's
Yep.
diesel generator. You can see the fuel tank. The black part is the fuel tank. You can even see the valves and the fillers over on the other side.
I see that. They've put some markers in here for things they care about not destroying, either the coneflower or the milkweed. We're actually getting really nasty diesel fuel fumes from the whatever's got that guy lifted up over there. Darn near suffocated me. It'd be nice when they get done with the construction there. Don says we can go one more time. We're here. We've only done 1.77 miles, but we've been walking for over an hour because I keep on stopping to smell the roses, so to speak. Right, Donnie?
Well, we come here. I like this place, but this is like my girl's favorite place. So we come here. It always takes a while, but she gets to enjoy it, and that's the important thing.
Aw. Hey, you guys don't get to see Don helping me down the stairs by the mill over there. It's a combination of feeling like my knee might give out and tricky footing balance, but my balance seems good today. But really, I have to take off my glasses, and then there's is my foot really on the step, that depth perception thing from going to glasses to no glasses to glasses. I was hoping we'd see the kingfisher come down for a fish while I've got the, heavy camera and longish lens on my neck, but oh no. I've even hauled out the 600mm lens over here hoping to catch him, and I have not had the greatest of luck. But maybe when Johnny is off to college and I'm not on the road 3 hours a day back and forth to downtown Raleigh, there'll be a few days that I come and just sit over here with my camera for an hour in the mornings and look for birds. Well, the sun's still out, but it's going on 2:30 in the afternoon. You can certainly see that winter sun fixing to fall out of the sky really quick. Set up for sunset here. Yeah, one of the things I like about here is this, along the far side of the pond is this embankment, which really blocks the wind when you're walking in this section. There is a trail up higher. We never take it. It's boring. You can't see the water. It's just a bunch of trees. It's good if you're looking for pileated woodpeckers maybe, but I've got them in my yard, so I don't need to hunt them here too much. We're looking for elves.
Nope. Well, that guy was really... Oh, that was an elf. I saw it. He was an elf. He had a green hat on. Here we go. Here's a good one over here.
Yeah, girl to the... Oh, there's an elf! Yay! How cool is that? See, I left out a very important part of the ho 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 Santa demonstration the other day, but I was hoping with Dawn coming through downtown and me being able to film that we would get several elves to show up. It's just like a Friday afternoon, even though it's a Monday afternoon. You know, the week before Christmas, the traffic is just, it's not annoying, but it's heavy.
Right.
There's got to be some more people. There's a state trooper? No.
Nope.
There'll be people. See people down here in front of Stick Boy, the bakery.
Yeah.
But you can see we've, don't usually aren't stopped here.
Cricket.
Oh, I saw an elf there by Stick Boy.
There's two of them.
Yeah.
Here's an elf trying to cross the street.
And a crosswalk though, so that's good. Oh, he's crossing the street. The little elf is crossing the street. Then he hid in front of the truck. There he goes to the other side of the street. If only the people knew. It's great. Alright, well that's probably all of the elves we're going to see. There could be somebody down here by the park. The lights are on. I was just trying to see if she would think Santa should be an elf.
Nope.
But no, it is the answer to that. Santa is not an elf.
Here it should be an elf.
Yep, here's a guy. Yep. You need some fun, just go hop in your Tesla and ho 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 your way into looking for elves. Highly recommended Tesla holiday fun. It's subscribe and save today. It's not all Christmas stuff, I swear. I promise.
Yeah,
I swear.
Yeah,
It is subscribe and save day. There's 3
what's
packages.
that one down there?
Well,
And what about the 3 in the back?
I don't know. Is one of the ones in the back for you?
I didn't look.
The mail lady greeted us at the bottom of the driveway.
She was so happy to see us.
Yeah, she didn't have to come down the driveway with that one big box. Okay, get inside. You're letting all the heat out. You just stay put for a second more, Marty. I'll come visit you.